Welcome back to the Protest Sports NFL Network. Your boy Tonka A Tech. I am back in the video. If I get to the word of God, if I got to now doors in payment field goes in today's video. I'm here about to wrap up the NFL, specifically the AFC East division. So we're here to talk about the AFC East today and what's going to happen in this division this year. The biggest acquisitions for each team. You know how the series has been going. Biggest acquisition for every team. Just a quick look at their schedule, see what most winnable games are on the schedule for each of these ball clubs. And I won't predict exact records on here, but I'll talk about maybe what their ceiling and floor is, stuff like that. So we're gonna wrap up the AFC East. So Patriots, Dolphins, uh, Bills, Jets. So we're gonna start with the Dolphins. They didn't really make any big acquisitions like in free agency besides Malik Willis. Obviously, that was the number one. Um, the so that was the biggest thing that they did the offseason was to pick up Malik Willis. They people got like Tutu Atwell, stuff like that. They got rid of a lot of guys though. Tua Tagovailoa gone. Jalen Waddle traded away. Tyreek Hill gone. Like they made a lot of wholesale changes in that way. They cut Bradley Chubb. Think they kept the linebacker, Jordan Brooks. They kept him around. They got rid of Minka. They got rid of a lot of guys, dog. Like kept A-Chain. That's about it, bro. They didn't really keep nobody, bro. Right? They really cleared house. And rightfully so. They did a complete rebuild. They have a complete new front office. It just makes sense that they completely clear out the entire the entire roster. I can't even think right now. Clear out the entire roster, and it just made perfect sense for them to clear out the roster, fix their books, get things cash to cap, all that good jazz. So, needless to say, we're gonna look at the Dolphins draft class real quick. I think they had a pretty decent draft class, given the situation they were in this year, which is like the whole like clear out the roster and try to figure out different things. So they went offensive tackle Caden Proctor 12 overall. I feel smart. They traded down with the Cowboys, I think. Which we swapped with somebody, but they think they had 11th pick in the draft at first. I think they moved down one spot. They got Chris Johnson, cornerback out of San Diego State. I like his game a lot. I think he'll be a cornerback one as soon as year one. So Jacob Rodriguez, Texas Tech linebacker. I like that a lot. They drafted 3 straight linebackers / safeties here with Jacob Rodriguez, Trey Moore. I'm not too familiar with Trey Moore's games. I can't answer any questions about him. I like Kyle Lewis a lot. Kyle Lewis, I like his game a lot. A lot. I wanted the Commanders to draft him. I'm a Commanders fan, so I wanted my team to draft him, so it's pretty cool. So Michael Taft from Texas, I like his game a lot as well. I was interested in him during the draft process. Chris Bell, Will Kamarek, and Caleb Douglas, and DJ Campbell. So guard DJ Campbell. I saw a little bit of his tape. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. Caleb Douglas, I liked his tape, especially for a 7th round pick. That's pretty cool value. Chris Bell, pretty solid value here as well. So hey, they maximized their draft picks. I mean, they had a heck of a draft, but the free agency was of course not there because they were just clearing out space, and they traded Jalen Waddle away. I don't think this team will be very good. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're probably gonna win 3 or 4 games. I don't see a lot of wins on their schedule as well. I don't see a lot of wins on the schedule, man. I'm gonna just keep it a bean with you, man. I just don't see a lot of wins on the schedule. It's gonna be rough. I just don't think there's a lot of wins on the schedule. But we'll take a look though. So preseason, we don't care about preseason. Week 1, they play. What the heck? Where's the week 1 game at? Where is week 1? What is this? What is this? Doesn't make any sense. What the heck? What? What is this? Yeah, about that. We're going to we're gonna go and get up out of here. We'll look at their schedule because I don't know what the heck that was about. I mean, it was a 8-minute soliloquy about the Dolphins. That's crazy, but yeah, we had to talk about them very deeply. So, play the Raiders week 1. That should be fun. That's a winnable football game. I don't think they're going to win the game, but it's winnable. They're not beating the San Francisco 49ers. They're not beating the Chiefs. They're probably not beating the Vikings. They probably won't beat the Bengals either. I don't think they beat the Jets. I mean, the Jets sweep them. I really believe that wholeheartedly. Spoiler alert. They're not beating the Patriots. They're not beating the Lions. I don't think they're going to beat the Colts. So I got them sweeping the Jets sweeping them. So I don't. Yeah, they're not beating the Bills. They're not beating the Broncos. I doubt they beat the Bears. I don't think they're going to beat the Packers. I don't think they're going to beat the Chargers nor the Bills. It's like, all right, so they might split with the Jets. This team's probably a 3-14 team. I'm going to be honest. This team's not good. Team's bad. Let's move on. The Dolphins are not a good football team. Let's move on to the New York Football Jets, shall we? Jets, Jet. So we're gonna look at their off season very briefly, and then they were active. They were pretty active in this free agency period. They traded for Geno Smith. I talked about the Minka Fitzpatrick trade they made and gave him a 3-year, $40 million extension. They picked up Demario Davis back from the Saints after his long stint with the Saints after starting his career with the Jets. They picked up David Ayamada on a 1-year deal. Signed Joseph Asai. They brought back Breece Hall off the franchise tag and gave him some real money. They traded T'Vondre Sweat away. They acquired T'Vondre Sweat in the trade for Jermaine Johnson. Of course, they traded Quinn Williams last season, obviously. Let's see what their draft looked like. Let's see what their draft was. I know he drafted David Bailey, but I didn't check anything else beyond that. So they had 3 first-round picks, so they got David Bailey, edge rusher out of Texas Tech. I think he would be a dog. Keon Sadiq out of Oregon. That's a heck of a pickup. I think Tyler Conklin's still on their team, right? I think Tyler Conklin's on their team. Think so? Is he? I think he is. Yo, yeah, that's pretty cool. Omar Cooper. That's a heck of a pickup as well. I like that a lot as well. D'Angelo Pons, Daryl Jackson Jr., Cade Columbic. I think he's going to start some games this year. Spoiler. And BJ Payne as well. So I like their draft, especially the first round. They had 3 first-round picks. And I think they hit on all 3 of these. Like, I think Omar Cooper is going to be a nice compliment to Garrett Wilson. I think Keon Sadiq is your tight end 1. And then David Bailey is your best edge rusher. So why they traded a guy like Jermaine Johnson away, which is not bad. And they got T'Vondre Sweat. So they have a guy inside that can replace Quentin Williams. They got a guy outside that can replace Jermaine Johnson at a much cheaper price. So I like what they did. I really like what they did. It's actually quite impressive, not gonna lie. But we're gonna set the schedule because I don't think they're gonna be this good of a team either. And I kind of also said that I do think that eventually Aaron Green can get the can. But if they win a certain amount of games, like I said in the coaching tier list video I did recently, that he can keep his job. But we'll see what happens. I think I win 6 games. I think they can win 6 games. I can't guarantee 6 victories, but they could win. I think 6 games is their ceiling. Just have to switch quarterbacks. I don't see Geno Smith starting 17. I'm sorry. You go out with your mom. I'm sorry, bro. I don't see Geno Smith starting 7 games for this football team. 17 games for the football team. He might start 7 games with the football team. But 17? Probably not. Probably. So we're gonna look at the Jets schedule. So they play the Titans week 1. That is a winnable game, I think. Yeah, that's a winnable football game. Okay, the Green with the home. So they play the Jet. They play them at home. I think that's winnable. Week 2, they're not beating the Packers. They're not beating the Lions. They're not beating the Bears. I'm sorry. You could beat the Browns, beat the Dolphins twice. You could beat the Raiders. I think Gino's gonna be kind of, ready to be his former team. That should be kind of cool. One of his former teams. Been around the league. They're not beating the Chiefs. They're not beating the Bills. They're not beating the Chargers. They could maybe sweep the Dolphins, right? They're not beating the Broncos. They could beat the Cardinals. They could beat the Patriots. And Minnesota's iffy, man. I ain't gonna lie, because this Kyler, no. If it's JJ McCarthy, then it's a small chance they win that game. But they're not beating the Bills. So their floor to me is 4-13. Their ceiling is 6-11. That's how I see this team right now. I truly believe they're. By the way, the Dolphins don't have a ceiling. Their floor and ceiling is the same. 3-14. I want to kind of. I ain't want to go back to the Dolphins, but you get my point there. So just keep that in mind. Their floor and ceiling are both 3-14. The team is not good. Okay. Jets ceiling, ceiling 6-11, floor is 4-13. They go 4-13, and that means Aaron Glenn's getting canned. Let's talk the good teams in the division now, so we can have some fun here. We're going to talk about the Buffalo Bills. Now we'll get to the Patriots last, because we know what the Patriots did. They got AJ Brown. So they Bills traded for DJ Moore, right? That's interesting. I like that move. They give them a legit wide receiver one, even a low end wide receiver one, still wide receiver. They brought back the punter. Lloyd Cushenberry and Aaron Corbett were both on 1-year deals. Both are centers, by the way. D. Offer on a 1-year deal. Geno Stone on a 1-year deal. Shinnick Johnson on a 1-year deal. They kept DeMar Hamlin. Class real quick. I've been looking at this schedule. So you got the TJ Parker with the 35th overall pick. Did not have a first round pick. They traded out the first round to get this pick at 35. They picked up Davison. I will not try to pronounce his last name. The cornerback from Ohio State. I like that pick up a lot. Skylar Bell in round 4. I like that pick a lot. Jay Bowery. I don't know too much about him. I can't answer that question about him. Jalen Kilgore. I like that pick a lot. Zane Durant. That's a solid pickup out of Penn State. I like him as a defensive tackle. He could definitely be a rotational piece for you. And Toronto Pride Jr. out of Missouri. I like that pickup in 7th round, being a back end of a roster corner. So they did really good with the draft. They had a really good offseason. Getting DJ Moore's huge. And let's look at their schedule, shall we? Let's take a quick look at the Bills' schedule. And see what the heck is hitting on. It should be fun. I think the Bills will be one of those teams that could be really, really good. They won't be bad. As long as they got Josh Allen, they'll never be bad. But I don't know if they're going to be 10 wins good or they're going to be 12, 13 wins good. I'm leaning more toward 10 or 11 wins. But we'll take a look. So let's take a look at the Bills' schedule. They got very early battle with the Commanders, dude. At Texans. Woo! They gonna start 0-1, I think. That Texans defense ain't nothing to play with, boy. And they gotta go to Houston. They start 0-1. Versus the Lions, I can go either way. That's an either way game for me. I think they can beat the Chargers. Versus the Patriots, I think they split with the Pats. I think they get the home game, so I'll give them that one. More than likely, I think that's more likely a victory. at the Rams. Don't think they're gonna beat the Rams. They'll beat the crap out the Raiders. Ravens is iffy. They'll beat the crap out the Vikings and Jets. They'll beat the crap out the Dolphins. I think I would lean toward them beating the Chiefs. Um, I don't think they're gonna beat them in Foxborough. Patriots, that is. At Packers, this late in the season, they should have Micah back, so I think they'll. I'm gonna lean toward the Packers. I think they'll beat the Bears at home. They'll beat the Broncos on the road on Christmas Day. They'll beat the crap out the Dolphins and they'll beat the crap out the Jets. So they can probably go 5-1 in the division. I think only one division loss is upon them, and that is against the Patriots in Week 13. Other than that, like they'll probably just destroy their whole division. If I want to be honest with you. And team with the Chargers is iffy. Lions game's a little iffy. Don't think they'll beat the Texans until they show me they can handle that type of defense. They do have a better offensive weaponry now, so that probably does help them a lot, I would say. But I can't guarantee anything, you know what I mean? So hopefully they'll be ready for that week 1 game. It's a tough one. That defense ain't no joke. But yeah, Bills should be a fun team to watch. Josh Allen's a dog. We know what he is. He's one of the best quarterbacks, not the best quarterback in the National Football League. I know some people think Mahomes still the best quarterback in the league. Mahomes hasn't played the same last couple of years, though. Acquiring DJ Moore, like the draft. I like the draft class, especially like getting TJ Parker, the rush the passer. He also lost AJ Epinesa to the Eagles too. That's another loss for them. But they still got guys like Dalton Kincaid and James Cook, and Dawson Knox. Except Keon Coleman for now. I guess he's not getting traded anymore. So, yeah. Khalil Shakir. Offense still pretty good. They did lose David Edwards soft as well. I think they lost him to. Not who they lost David Edwards to. But I know he went to a different team. Let's see. Saints, okay. Yeah, he's saying he's Saints. So yeah, it's another acute loss you had to replace, but I do think this Bills team really good though, and I do believe that Josh Allen is going to be an MVP candidate, and this team is going to be one of the better teams in the AFC. And I don't know if they'll win the division or the Patriots. I think that's going to be kind of a toss up, in my opinion. But should be interesting to see what they do. Both these teams. Now we'll get to the elephant in the room. The New England Patriots. Now, Pats, just went to Super Bowl, right? They're definitely one of the better teams in that conference. Obviously, went to Super Bowl. And Drake May was phenomenal last year. He was absolutely sensational, right? MVP candidate, second MVP voting. Some people he should have won the MVP last year over Matthew Stafford. Some people disagree with that completely. I was kind of iffy on either one of them. Not either one could have won the MVP, and I wasn't angry. But yeah, we're gonna talk about their offseason because the Pats had a very eventful offseason. And he had a very interesting draft as well. But we're going to talk about who they acquired. So they traded for AJ Brown, obviously. Got him from the Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you, Lord. Commanders fan. Acquired from the VIA trade for the Philadelphia Eagles. And gives them a true number 1 wide receiver on the team of Romeo Doubs, who he also acquired in free agency as well. So I got like Kayshon Boutte and Kyle Williams and Mac Hollins. They have a very deep wide receiving core. I love the receiving core. Probably the deepest part of the team. I want to be honest. So I got Hunter Henry as well, the tight end, and their offensive line's really good as well. Will Campbell had a questionable postseason run, but I think he'll bounce back from that this year. I think he's healthy now, which is huge. That does help when you're healthy. You can play your best when you're healthy. Draymond Jones, another guy I picked up. I like that for the pass rush. They did lose a guy like Clavion Chase onto the Commanders, but they did replace him with Draymond Jones, who's arguably a better player. Kevin Byard at safety. Did he lose somebody at safety, I think? I don't know. Not sure. Yeah. But yeah, he did sign Kevin Byard, so that's a heck of a pickup. Had 6 interceptions last year for the Bears, so that'd be huge. And then Reggie Gilliam signed to a 3-year deal to be a special team ace and a lead blocker in the running game. They did cut Stephon Diggs to the court case, get rid of Garrett Bradbury, trade to the Chicago Bears, and that's pretty much their pickups and losses. We'll check the draft, and we'll go ahead and get to their schedule. Go ahead and get to the schedule real quick after I look at the draft. So, let's see what the Patriots did in this year's draft. I'm very intrigued to see what they did in the draft. So, Caleb Lomu out of Utah, he is going to play tackle for the team, probably right tackle. I like that pickup. Gabe Lucas from Illinois, the edge rusher. That's solid. Eli Rendon at Notre Dame. Notre Dame Titans are always something you can always bet on. You can bet on them being pretty good for the most part. Kayron Prunty out of Wake Forest. He could be a guy that can start for them, or not start but start in the slot maybe. But actually, no. He me off the bench. You got Marcus Jones playing the slot. You got Carlton Davis outside. You got the best corner in football. I said it. And Christian Gonzalez playing the other outside corner. So he'll be a great depth piece. So I like that draft. It was cool. We got a couple of stars out of it. Really good depth in the later rounds. Really solid there. Let's look at this schedule. Do it. So they play at Seattle to start the season. Woo! It's going to be a doozy. But Seattle's not as strong as the team they once were. So that's a winnable game, but slightly leaning towards Seattle, though. But we'll see. You should beat the Steelers. I think you should beat the Jaguars. Don't think you're gonna beat the Bills or Buffalo. I talked about that. You're gonna beat the dog crap out the Raiders. You're gonna beat the dog crap out the Jets. Bears at Chicago. I might lean toward the O'Blockians there. The Miami Dolphins, you should obliterate them. You should banish them to the unemployment office. Next, the Green Bay Packers. Mike is coming back at that point, probably. Gonna be a toughie. Detroit, also a toughie, but it's in London. I might lean toward New England there, if I'm being honest. At Chargers, can you do it like you did in the playoffs last year? Probably lean toward New England on that one. Versus you'll beat the Bills in New England. I can stand on that. You should be able to beat the Vikings. You should beat the Chiefs. And you should beat the dog crap out the Jets. I know they got better, but they're not good enough. They're not good enough. They need to be crushed, and they should be crushed. Broncos, I'm leaning toward them. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, you should beat the crap out the Dolphins. So, I think the New England Patriots floor is 9-8. Their ceiling is 13-4. They'll probably fall in between 10-7 and 11-6. That's how I feel about it. I do think 11 wins this division. So we'll see. We'll see. This will be a very interesting division to watch. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Sorry about the long pauses. I'll try to edit the video for you guys. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button, like button, share button. Love you guys. Have a good one. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace, love, and blessings. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.